Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the team call, Monday night, August 27th, 2018. I do not know where August went, let alone the entire summer. So pretty crazy, but so excited to talk Instagram tonight and talk how to grow your Instagram and like actively grow it. I literally went from, can't remember when we started this course, maybe a month ago. Maybe, and I literally have not been doing this every day for sure, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I have not been actively doing it every day, and I went from about 300 followers, and as of right this second, I am at 977. So a large amount of following, and they're real people, and I'm connecting with them, and that is huge. That is something that I had struggled with, why I kept going back to Facebook. Not that Facebook is a bad place for us to still be. We still need to be there, but all the rage was Instagram, and I was just like, I'm not connecting with anyone. My following isn't growing. Like, this is annoying. So I just would go back to Facebook and like ditch Instagram again. And like I was not being consistent over there. And so it's just the connection because of the people that are following and are actually interested and are like me, is huge. So it's pretty awesome. So Lindsay, for those of you that just jumped on, there's a bunch of us taking this Insta Breakout course through Kelsey Chapman. Christina, who is Lindsay's upline, last year hired Kelsey to run her Instagram, and then she hired Kelsey to do an Instagram course for all of us. That course is free and it's still out there, and any of you can go take it. We did not get the information that I'm going to share with you today in that course. It was more like about photos and other things. Still a great course if you're struggling with just like kind of the basics of Instagram, like how to post, what kinds of things to post, what kinds of photos, how to post your stories, that kind of thing you can get from that course that Christina got. After that, Lindsay hired Kelsey for 3 months to grow her Instagram. And right before you guys got on the call, she said that she went from about 1,500 to about 7,000 followers in 3 months. And again, real people who are connecting, who are like her, who have similar interests, XYZ. So then this Insta Breakout course came out. Well, she's had this course for a while, but a bunch of us decided, okay, we don't want to just hire her. We want to know how to do it ourselves. So we took that course. Then a lot of you asked if we could just teach you what we've been doing because we've been talking about it. And so here I am going to teach you about what she taught us. This is literally one of the modules in the entire course. So it's not the entire course by any means. It is literally one video that she taught us that has changed the game completely. So I'm going to first share with you how you can do this if you do not have an iPhone or an iPad. Because if you don't have an iPhone or an iPad, then you can't get the Captivate and Cleaner apps that make this kind of much easier to do, so you don't have to be sitting on Instagram basically all day long. However, it's still good to know, as Kelsey says, in case these apps ever get shut down for some reason, it is very good to know kind of the ins and outs and the back end things so that you could do this yourself in Instagram. So I'm going to share my iPad screen with you. Love that I can do that. And literally just kind of walk you through, go into my Instagram and walk you through everything. So give me 1 second. Yay. Okay. My internet has been a little funky, so let me make sure I'm on the right Wi-Fi. Okay. Hopefully it all holds up okay. It's been a little funky today. Okay, so you literally see my Instagram, which is awesome. And so first thing we need to know is how or who you're going to connect with. I remember for a long time, everyone was like, find a hashtag, find people within that hashtag. And that just seemed like a lot of work to me, and it didn't seem like I was getting anything back from it. I wasn't getting the followers in return. I wasn't really finding the people like me, and it's probably because I was using widely used hashtags. This way, I think, is so much better. So what you want to first do is think about a profile that you connect with, okay? So, for example, something that I've been struggling with lately is hormonal acne, about to turn 40, and my skin has been breaking out. So I found a new, I did a little research, and I knew that it was internal and it was hormonal imbalances and stuff going on. I eat super clean, so to clean up my diet was not going to be a case for me because I already, like, I couldn't take anything else out of my diet. So I found Hum Nutrition, which is actual, like, it's pills, and I'm not a pill taker, but I was kind of desperate. So anyway, with all that said, you guys don't need to know all the background. I'm going to connect with people who also like Hum Nutrition, because maybe they're dealing with the same hormonal acne that I'm dealing with. So if I'm then talking about that on my profile or my story, I'm hopefully going to connect with similar people. So remember, you don't need to go do this right now because I'm going to teach you how to do this in your app, but you do need to know, kind of know this side of it too, so that it makes sense. So I'm not going to connect with the followers of Hum Nutrition because some people purchase followers. Some accounts buy followers. I don't want bot followers. I want real people who really like Hum Nutrition. And likely the people who are going to actually like Hum Nutrition are the people who like their posts and or comment on their posts. However, with the Captivate that I'm going to show you, it goes off the likes. But if you're doing it naturally through Instagram, I could go to the comments of this post and follow those people, okay? But just know that you're going through the likes of the post and you're following those people, okay? You need to know kind of two things. Well, really one thing, but that there is a cap on Instagram that you can only follow 40 people an hour in order to not get blocked, XYZ. So if you are in here and I go to these 670 followers and I start following people, I could get real picky and go look at every profile and get real picky about it. Or I can just follow people and not worry about it and deal with it, you know, later, whatever. If they don't follow you back, they're not your person. You're going to end up unfollowing them later. But you need to know that you can only do 40 at a time, 40 an hour. So think about if you were doing this within Instagram every day, and every hour, or maybe every other hour, however it works in your schedule, and you came in and you just followed 40 people. You could do it, but it would kind of take a long time. Hum Nutrition is one example. Another example for myself is my church. That was an example I gave to Megan when I worked with her last week. I said, maybe your church, maybe it's other churches in your area that have an Instagram profile. Another one I love to follow is like, do you guys know Carly Jean? It's a clothing store, different clothing stores. There's a bunch of them, but think of your profiles. Like, I know Lindsay's one example that Lindsay gives is, now I can't think of it. The good diapers for kids.
Honest.
Thank you. Honest Company. So if you like Honest Company, you can go to one of their posts, click on their likers, follow their likers. They're going to be, if they like Honest and you like Honest, you may have other things in common. So think of profiles that will help you or that you may have an interest of to you. Are there questions on that so far? Ooh, books, authors, Harry Potter. Good. Any other examples? Throw them in the chat section, just to get people thinking of like who you can connect with. Authors are great. Obviously, we all love Rachel Hollis. I feel like if we all did it to Rachel Hollis, we would all get each other. hobbies, different things that you like. So I love hiking and camping, and Patrick just taught me how to fly fish this weekend. So if I want to learn how to, if I want to connect with other fly fish women, there's a lot of them actually. So there's all kinds of things. I would stay away from other Beachbody coaches, obviously. Stay away from like Joel or Autumn or any of our trainers, because you're likely just going to connect with other coaches, okay? Biking, bike brands, equipment, sports, there's all kinds of things. Yeah, your favorite sports team, you can go follow. Personal development authors aren't horrible to follow with, because we're not the only people that read personal development, for sure. So I wouldn't say it's like off limits or anything. Yeah, I follow one for parenting and get a ton of moms. So yeah, for sure. And get in your niche. Like, I know it's kind of like when we were following Facebook groups, we were joining a bunch of Facebook groups, and it was like baby carrying and different things like that. Find different profiles, not the hashtag, find profiles that might be specific to that. I could follow Dave Matthews Band, or different bands that I love, or different things like that. So that's just to get you start thinking of the different profiles that you could connect with people on, okay? So that's really what you need to know in Instagram. And like, as I'm going to show you unfollowing first. As of right now, you guys can see I have 977 followers, and I have 2,227 following. I haven't done an unfollow in probably like a week, so I need to do an unfollow. You want your numbers to be healthy, meaning that you have more followers than following. However, when you first start this, you are going to have a larger number of following than followers, and we have to just be at peace with that and be okay with that. And it's not going to kill our whole algorithm and kill everything, but just every, day or couple days, make sure you go in and do an unfollow. And I'll show you exactly what that means and how to do that. So I'm going to do that now. So the first app we're going to talk about is Cleaner, okay? And you have to understand, first thing, is you may get your feelings hurt, because you may notice that some of your friends don't follow you back. And you have to be okay with it, okay? It happens. It is what it is. Don't take it personally. Maybe they don't even know they don't follow you. Maybe they don't follow you for a reason. I know some of my friends don't follow me because they don't like seeing my fitness stuff. Whatever. They're not my market. I don't care. Like, right? Whatever. So right now at the bottom, so I'm in Cleaner, and you'll see at the bottom I have following, followers, media liked, and settings. The first thing we need to do, and you can do this with me, is go and upgrade. I'm already upgraded. Let me see. I have the Pro with cloud service, but you actually with Cleaner do not need the cloud service, but you should upgrade to the $299, I believe it is. It's like $299 a year. Just upgrade to the I think it's just the regular Pro service, not the Pro with cloud. Can anyone clarify that if you're not already upgraded, kind of what it says? Yeah, you don't need cloud for Cleaner. I did it, and you don't need it, just so you know. The difference is local. Okay, I guess you might want cloud if you don't want to have your device running the whole time. Because, so with local service, if I run the local, then you have to have like your screen running. As soon as it like closes out, then it closes out the app and it doesn't continue working. And you have to be in the app running it. So it's recommended that you do it at night, and I'll explain that once I get in there, to show you how to do that. Okay, so you could do it right before you go to bed. I use an old iPad for mine. You could use your phone and just have it plugged in next to your bed, and then just run Cleaner at night before you go to sleep. So then it's running at night, but you're still charging, and you're not worried about having to have the app open at all times. Okay. Whereas with cloud service, it runs in the background in the cloud. The cloud is like in the internet. It runs in the background and you don't have to worry about having your phone like on at all times and having the app open. So it kind of just depends, I guess, for that. I originally kind of misunderstood some things, but I'm not going to confuse you by talking about that. So first thing you need to do is do that little upgrade, and then we are going to, Lindsay runs in the cloud. Cleaner, you run in the cloud, or local, or both? You do both. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not bad to do one way or another. You have to have some settings. If you're running it locally, you can only do, again, like 200 at a time. And so that's what we're actually going to. Max batch actions. So when you're in the settings, you just scroll down to the maximum batch actions. You want that to be at 200. Yeah. And then if you go into night mode, it just means that it will only do 200 at a time. So all of these like actions that we're setting up are so that you don't get banned on Instagram. It's setting up kind of the actions so that Instagram doesn't ban you. These are what the maxes that you can do in Instagram and it not get like flagged. Okay. So 200 at a time. And then you can also only do like 40 an hour. When you're in the cloud, Captivate and Cleaner both they know Instagram's rules. And so you don't even have to worry about it. You just say run in the cloud and it does its own work. You don't even have to start or stop anything. Okay. In night mode, you want your execute to be 40 actions every 900 seconds. And I believe for every 900 seconds you have to do it. Yeah, you have to do a custom value for that to be every 900 seconds. You're good. So so first the max batch actions was 200. That's on the main settings screen. And then if you go into night mode, you're going to execute 40 actions every 900 seconds.
Amanda, would we only use night mode if clearly, is that self-explanatory? Like if I'm running it at night, not in the cloud?
No, if you're running it, I know that does seem like it's just at night. But yes, if you're running it in the cloud, then you don't need to worry about this.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is local actions. These are for actions that are happening right, if I have the app open on my iPad or iPhone. So they're happening locally, meaning they're saved in the app and then ran straight through the app rather than saved and ran through the cloud, which is like the internet. Think of like iCloud, right? You can save things to the cloud. It's just like that. No, it doesn't hurt to have those settings, but I don't think it matters if you're running in the cloud. And Devin, those are the only 3 things that I've explained so far. Yes. Okay. The other thing we need to do in Cleaner before actually unfollowing anyone is to create a whitelist, because maybe there are people that you follow that don't follow you back, but you don't want to unfollow them. For example, there's a couple top coaches that I still like to follow, even though I don't try not to stalk them too much, but they don't follow me back, right? Top left, Sheila. When you go into settings, it'll say upgrade. But they might not follow me back, or like my church might not follow me back, but I want to continue following them. So you want to go to your followers and go through them you might not be able to do this right this second. So everything I'm teaching you in Cleaner, you may have to do later. So you might want to take some notes, but you want to go through and you want to click on everyone who you want to keep. Even if it is someone that does follow you back, like your best friend or any of us, we follow each other, right? Just in case something happens, I've added all of you to a whitelist. Yeah, so you're going to go through and you're going to click everyone that you want to, keep on your list. So I just randomly clicked a bunch of people. And then you go to quick select. I'm sorry, take that back. Click all the ones that you want to add to your whitelist. Go to actions in the top right. And then add to whitelist. Okay, does everyone understand that one? So you kind of go through all of your followers, which would take me forever right now. I've already done my whitelist. Go through all your followers, click on the ones that you want to keep, that you always want to see, that you don't want to actually accidentally unfollow someday, and add them to your whitelist. This is like your favorites, the people that you love so much.
Amanda,
Yep.
sorry, I just wanted to clarify. So you clicked on followers, not people that you're following.
Actually, is it the people I'm following? I'm confusing myself.
I thought it was people that you're following that don't follow you back that you still want to keep, right?
Yep. Sorry, guys. It is the people that I'm following. Thank you, Spruha.
Okay, I was confused. So I wanted to make sure that I was doing it right.
Yeah. So it's the people you're following that you want to continue following, whether they unfollow you or not. Thank you. You want to add those to your whitelist. There could be followers too, but yes, it is the people that you're following. So if I'm following Spruha and Audrey and Sheila and Devin and Lindsay and my pastor and my church and Hum Nutrition and all of those things, and I want to continue to follow them, I want to add them to a whitelist. Thank you, Spruha. So it is your following. You're going through and you're selecting those people. Sorry if I just messed all of you up. You're selecting those people. Again, same thing. You're going to actions, add to whitelist. Following, click the people, actions, add to whitelist. Then what you also want to do is in your settings, you want to turn on filter whitelist users. Basically what that's going to do is they're not even going to show up for you, so you don't accidentally unfollow them somehow. They're not even going to show up in your list within Cleaner. No, Bree, you do not need to do followers. I'm sorry I confused you. Just go to your following, click on the people that you want to continue following, and add them to your whitelist. I confused you. I confused myself because the following followers confuses me. Okay. How are we there? Okay, now I'm going to go to my following. What do the orange? Oh, good question. What do the orange and green arrows? So Chad, the two arrows means that we're following each other. The orange means that I follow Sarah, but she doesn't follow me. So it says mutual follow, doesn't follow you. Okay. So now I want to stay in my following, and I'm going to quick select. Again, you don't want to do this until you do your whitelist, but you do need to learn it so that you know how to unfollow the people who don't follow you back. That's the trick, is that you start following people, and the goal is that they follow you back, right? You follow them, they see that you followed them, they go to your profile and they're like, oh, she looks interesting, or he looks interesting, I'm gonna follow them back, okay? But there are people that don't follow back. I'm one of those that don't follow random accounts back unless they do look interesting, right? But there's a lot that come through that I'm just like, and to be honest, I don't even pay that much attention in my notifications of who follows me and who does, each day. But some people really do follow that. So that is how you get the followers. That's how you're getting the real people. And so, but there are people that don't follow you back. You may then follow them again tomorrow, and then they might follow you back. But you want to unfollow those that are not following you back. So you're going to go, you don't have to click anything. You go to quick select at the bottom. You're going to go to advanced quick select. You might want to just write this down if you haven't done a whitelist yet. You're going to select non-followers. I honestly don't even know what the other ones mean. So as of right now, it does not mean don't worry about it at all. Select non-followers, and it's going to process here. That's going to take a while because I have like 2,000 something following right now. Are there any questions? I'm sorry I confused you on the whitelist. Again, it's the following. So it's the people that are following you. I'm sorry, that you are following. It's the people that you are following that you want to continue following no matter what, even if they don't follow you back. You want to add them to a whitelist. So that would be the first thing that you want to do. Who unmuted?
Amanda.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said to go ahead and do quick select and then advanced select and then select non-followers and then click on that. Was that the sequence?
That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
So quick select, advanced select, and then select non-followers. And
Okay.
it's processing all of that right now.
Okay.
And then,
I'll be right back.
yeah. Okay, so it's selected 1,555 people that do not. Yes, I would suggest doing your whitelist first because otherwise you're going to unfollow somebody that maybe you want to continue following. So that's why I'm saying do your whitelist before you actually do this. So write it down or come back and watch this video again later. And then you go to unfollow. So I just went to, I quick select, advanced select, select non-followers, actions. It's hard because you can't see where I'm clicking, but I'm clicking on actions in the top right. And then I'm clicking on unfollow. And it's going to ask me to choose what I want to do here. I can start it right now, which is not what I want to do. I can add to Cloud Queue. So if you're doing Cloud Queue, you can add it there, and it's just going to automatically do. The thing is you cannot run Cleaner and Captivate at the same time in Cloud Queue. Okay? They have to not be run at the same time. That's where you'll get, because you'll be following and unfollowing like the same thing, the same time all day long. And Instagram's going to be like, who is this crazy bot? Like they're fake, right? So you cannot do it. So that's why I do Cleaner on local queue and I run it at night. And then I run Captivate in Cloud Queue and I just kind of run it all day. Okay. So I'm actually going to add to my local queue. So it's going to add all those people to my local queue. And when I'm ready to run that'll take a minute there. So when I'm ready to run my local queue, that's where you go to night mode. That's why that had to be set up. And you'll see if I scroll down, it says I have pending actions, 1,555. And I can start, which I'll just start it. Okay, even though I'm going to go out of this app to show you Captivate. Okay, in a second anyways. But so I'll just stop it. So it's only able to do 40 every 900 seconds. I'm going to stop night mode, but just to show you. So again, I was following, quick select, advanced quick select, select non-followers, actions, unfollow, add to local queue. And then when you're ready to run your local queue, you go into your settings, you go to night mode, and you click start. And it'll run and it'll start unfollowing those people. Okay? Any questions on cleaner? Those are kind of the basics. Okay?
Can I just give a quick tip on, because you guys put this off for a while because cleaner and the thought of making a whitelist felt really heavy and overpowering because there were so many people. And what I did was I just committed to going through 500 people at a time, unfollowing people from there, and then adding it to the queue. And when it was done, doing the next 500. And when I did it that way and I took it in bite-sized chunks and it didn't seem so crazy, it took me like 3 or 4 days. And I was texting Amanda like, yay, I can grow again.
Oh, yeah.
So just, don't let it be this big thing. It's just, you can take it in those bite-sized chunks too.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Bye-bye.
No, that's good. If you have a huge following, like I have 2,000 right now, if I had to go through 2,000 and try and figure out a whitelist, yeah, I'd go crazy. However, I did it when I only had like 300. And so it was much more manageable to just go through and do it pretty quick. And you know what? You can always go in and refollow somebody. Like if you realize, oh shit, I unfollowed Spruha, like I can go in and refollow her, you know? If you don't notice that you're not following them anymore, it's probably not that big of a deal anyway, right? Like, so it is what it is. All right, so that's cleaner. Now Captivate. Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yep.
Okay, when you were talking about the upgrades, I went to service to activate an upgrade, and there's pro and there's cloud. I want the cloud. Is that what I want?
You just want pro. You don't need the cloud. The pro.
Okay, it was giving me some funky thing. Okay, cool. Got it done. Okay.
All right. So now I'm going to go to Captivate. They are sister apps. They're created by the same company. But Captivate is where you're going to grow. So remember everything that I said that we were doing in Instagram. You're going to do that in here in about 2 seconds. So much faster, so much easier. Okay. So again, we are going to set some settings if you are going to do this locally. I prefer to do it in the cloud just so I don't have to have my iPad running all the time and I can kind of do this on the fly. You still want to only do about 900 a day. Well, I actually don't know if that matters if you're doing it in the cloud, to be honest. Because the cloud automatically knows Instagram's rules, it won't follow more than 9. It's actually 960 is the limit you can follow per day. So if you are doing it in the cloud, Captivate just knows that and will just do it. But you can do this locally as well. If you don't want to pay the $9.99 for cloud, same thing. You're going to upgrade to pro and it's going to be the same actions that we just set. 200 batch actions. And then in night mode, so you could do like one night Captivate, one night cleaner, one night Captivate, one night cleaner. And I'll explain that. Okay. But same thing, maximum batch actions is 200, night mode, 40 actions every 900 seconds. This was not working for me, but I think it's because I was trying to run Captivate and Cleaner at the same time. You have to make sure that once you are ready to run Cleaner, for example, that you don't have anything pending in your queue. That it's not still trying to follow people. So same thing for when I'm running cloud service, I can't be following people and unfollowing at the same time. So I use cloud service for Captivate, but so I would go to cloud actions and look in my pending queue. Like, for example, right before I got on the phone with you guys, I cleared my pending queue because I wanted to be able to like kind of show you that how Cleaner would work. Because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to start anything. Okay. It would have just given me an error. So you want to make sure, like if you're going to go run Cleaner at night, which is what I suggest, and run Captivate in the cloud, you want to at night, make sure you go into your cloud actions and go to pending queue and make sure there's nothing in there. Because again, Instagram's going to be like, who is this trying to follow and unfollow people at the same time? Like, it's not even really possible. They're clearly using an app and they're not naturally doing this. Okay. But you're allowed to do this just in certain, in those certain increments. Okay. But if you don't want to do cloud queue and you want to do local on both, you're going to set up the same thing in night mode like we did, the 40 actions every 900 seconds.
Amanda, can I ask a question? Yep. Why do you recommend doing Cleaner at night? Because this is good for me to know, because I did Captivate for a few days, and then today I ran Cleaner. Do you think can you explain that, why you recommend it at night?
I don't know if it matters. The main reason I recommend at night is because if you're using your cell phone and not a separate iPad, you're not going to want Cleaner open on your cell phone all day long and you're going to run your battery down. You're not going to be able to take texts, phone calls, do anything else on your phone if you're trying to run Cleaner in local mode on your phone. So that's the main reason that I'm recommending that someone does it at night. And I think you are, that you're using yours on an iPad, but I don't think everyone is doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm actually doing it on my phone, but I'm using cloud for Cleaner.
Oh, then I don't think it matters. The night mode's only for if you're doing local.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So I don't think it doesn't really matter whether or not it's done at night. It's not like, oh, people aren't going to know that you're unfollowing them, first of all. So don't worry about that. Secondly, it's not like you can only unfollow in the middle of the night. If that was like what people might have been thinking. It mainly is just because you have to have the app open. So might as well do it next to your bedside when your phone's plugged in for the night, and it can just kind of run itself, and it's not because it is taking over your phone. So it's not taking over your life during the day. That is if you're using it all on one device. Okay. So if you're going to do that with Captivate, same thing. It's the same reasoning. If you're going to do local with Captivate, again, make sure you're not running both at the same time. And then, again, the only reason to run it at night is just so that you can still use your phone during the day if you're using just your iPhone. Okay? So, to follow somebody, like I said, I did this earlier in Instagram. One thing I do sometimes is I go through my following. So you can see discover. These are people who, I don't even know how they choose these people. You can search for a specific profile, or you can go to your following. If I can't specifically think of somebody, like just blanking or whatever, I'll come in here and I'll be like, ooh, like today I went to the Kind campaign, which is a more recent profile that I'm following that I really like. And so I went to their profile. Or I can scroll through. I have a lot of new people that I'm following. Usually like my church is one of the first ones. So I'll just go to the Kind campaign to show you. So I'm going to go to Kind campaign. You have to click and hold on it. You just click it, it's selecting it. So if you're doing it this way and you're in your following, you find an account that you're like, ooh, I want to follow people who also like this profile. You have to click and hold it. Okay? And then I can go through their posts. So this first one, it's a friend's to-do list for the rest of the summer, get out. I'm like, oh, I like that post. Like, I want to like the people that also like this post, right? So I go to their likes. So where it says 1 million likes, or I'm sorry, 1,000 likes, 9 comments, you literally click on that black text and it's going to pull up those people. It's not actually going to pull up all 1,000, and that is totally fine. And to be honest, I don't know exactly why. I think if I scrolled down, it would select more, but it doesn't really matter. So it's processing, and it's pulling up those people that liked that post. And then I'm just going to follow them, and I'll show you how to do that. So if you want to find a profile that you like and do this with me, if you upgrade to cloud service, and you could do it in local as well, but I do it in cloud. So I'm going to go to quick select. You don't have to worry, there's no whitelist in this one. So you could do this right now and not worry about it, okay? So for some reason, it only loaded 22. I don't know why, because 1,000 liked it. Maybe it's only selecting people who, I don't understand, I don't know. But anyways, I'm just gonna go to quick select, select all, selected all those people. And then I'm gonna go to actions, follow, and add to local, or add to cloud queue. So that's what I'm doing. If you're doing local, then add it to local queue. And then I'll show you another way to do it too. So I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna go to Fabletics page, because I love Fabletics. It's like the only workout clothes I wear. Notice, I don't follow Fabletics. I don't really give a shit. I'm just kidding. I could follow them, but I think they got I think I followed them and then they got unfollowed because I didn't add them to my whitelist. So that doesn't matter. You can still do this on accounts that you don't personally follow. So it's good for you to see that. Okay? Yes, I want to be friends with everyone that likes this post. Everything in moderation except for avocados, because I could literally eat them at every meal. So again, same thing. I'm going to click on the 1.5K likes. It's going to load those likers. Now, if you're doing it in local queue, you want your queue to get to around 900. Because if you're just doing it each night, like I said, the limit per day is 960. So just get your queue to about 900. So right now I only have 22 in there. So you can kind of keep track, or you can go into your settings and see how many are actually in there. If you're in cloud queue, it does not matter because it automatically knows all the rules and it's just running it in the background. Okay, so here 392 loaded. So I'm going to go to quick select, select all. 1 second, Sheila, I will answer. Actions, follow, add to cloud queue. So now I have 400 and whatever that math is. I can't do it right now. How do I go back, Sheila? The arrow in the top left, I hit that arrow. I hit that arrow again, and then it gets me back to that main page.
So I'm sorry, you have to add it to the cloud queue. I don't have that upgrade yet.
Okay, then you might want to do that.
Well, I didn't hear you.
You can do it to local as well. I do it to cloud, but you can do it to local if you're not doing the cloud queue yet. Just make sure you have those settings set and then run it. You can only run Captivate and you can't run them at the same time.
Okay.
And I'll just do one more. So I went to my church. And this was, I'll do this one from our message this weekend. We had a special guest. Again, going to the likers. Because if you think of your church or things that are local to you, if you're looking to grow your local market a little bit, think of different places that are local to you. I actually need to go follow the other churches that I know are similar to mine and kind of do the same thing. I've been really connecting with some great Christian women this way. It's been awesome. So again, quick select, select all, actions, follow, add to cloud queue. So now.
So what is it doing when it goes into the cloud queue or the local queue? What is it? What happens then?
Following. It's going to start following. So in the cloud queue right now, Captivate has taken over my Instagram, is going to start following all of those people. Okay. And then you will go in, and I'll go in. So I'm going to let that run for the next 24 hours. And then I'll go in tomorrow and I'll do cleaner because I need to badly because it's a pretty high. I'll do cleaner and I will unfollow the people that did not follow me back over the last few days that I have been following people. Bree asked, does it matter which app to do first? It doesn't. I would look at your current following, and if it's pretty large compared to your followers, I would do cleaner first and clean that up. If it's pretty equal, it doesn't matter. Then I would just start following. I would start in Captivate and start following. You'll be, and track your numbers. I've been tracking my numbers over the last week. And 1 week ago, on the 20th, I was at 884. And as of right now, dinner is cooking. Patrick walked in and started dinner and I don't know, went and grilled, I think. This is wonderful. I can get used to this. So now I have 978 followers. So in 1 week, almost 100 people. And I think I ran Captivate twice this last week. It wasn't even often. If I'm doing it every day and I'm adding people every single day to my queue, I can imagine those numbers being even higher, or even every other day if you're done doing cleaner every other day or something. You have to figure out that for yourself, what's going to make most sense. Courtney, I think, just does cleaner once a week and just goes in and unfollows once a week. So when you do Captivate, should you wait a little bit to give them time to follow before you do cleaner and unfollow them? Yeah, that's why you don't want to do it right away. But typically within 24 hours, someone's going to look in their notifications and follow you back. Some people don't go on Instagram that much. Maybe give it a couple days, a few days. That's where you kind of have to make that decision for yourself. Again, that person, if they don't follow you the first time, and there's somebody who constantly likes, for example, Red Rocks Church, and they don't follow me the first time, I'm probably going to follow them again. And Kelsey says, you may get a message from somebody to be like, why do you keep following me? And you just have to be okay that might happen and understand that that's okay. It is what it is. Don't let it kill you. But that might happen. But yeah, Lindsay Francis, that's kind of a good point. In that. And then Jackie, how long after following someone do you typically wait to see if they follow you back? So same question. Sure, go ahead, Lindsay.
Okay, hi. So when Kelsey first started growing my following, I paid her to do the 3 months, and she actively did that every day, consistently. She guaranteed 800 a month, so she was going to go for it. And I noticed in the first month, 5 or 6 people that messaged me and said something about I don't understand. You were following me and now you're not. Now you want to follow me again. I'm not going to have you follow me again because I don't think you're a real person, or something along those lines. And it was because of how fast Kelsey was going. Because she would go and do so many of the same, let's say she went to Fabletics and she followed, she went to 4 pictures on their thing and did all of them from there. Well, a lot of those might be the same person, and then you're deleting them, and then the next time you go, you're going to them again if they didn't follow you. So it's showing that you keep requesting, or you followed and unfollowed. So I remember asking her, and she recommended to me to switch up who I'm going and following, so that if it does happen to be that way, it's a week, a couple weeks apart. You know what I mean? Maybe focus on this part of my brand for a while, and then this part, and then this part. But I'll tell you that people did say things, and the best thing that I said when people said something, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know, that's so weird. I noticed it must be something going on with my app. And they were fine. So just say that. They were never mad. Never mad. Okay.
I never go to like the same account like every time I do it. I always switch it up. So I might go to Home Nutrition one day, and then Red Rocks one day, and then the Athletics one day, and then another one, so that, yeah, you're not going to the same profile all the time. So maybe every couple weeks you go back to that one, just so that they aren't doing that. It can happen, but yeah, just be like, oh, I don't know what happened. Like, play dumb. People don't really know why that happened. So I had one girl, and this was funny, on one of like my story, like ask me anything, and she was like a high school girl. She was like, how'd you find me? I was like, whoops, I don't know. Like, and I don't know how I found her. So I just ignored it, and I actually unfollowed her because I was like, I don't need to follow a high school girl anyway. So I think that's all. So just think, like, isn't that much easier than going into Instagram, going to the account, going to all the likers and clicking follow? Like, that took 2 seconds to do, right? Any questions? Go ahead and unmute yourself. And
I have one question. So I've been like doing the same thing, but like, manually, and I've just been like going in and being really picky about like finding a picture, finding people, looking at their profiles, seeing if it's somebody that looks like I relate to, and then I add them, and then I like write their name down so I can go back later and like make sure I talk to them later and stuff like that. Obviously this is like a faster way to do it, and that's going to take forever, so I totally get why, but how do you like keep track of people? And like, I guess you just can't keep track of everybody, but I feel like that I was kind of had like a little system for like following up with those people later and like going back and like then messaging them. And I feel like if there's just so many, then how do you follow up with and make sure you're not missing people? I don't know.
I will show you one thing.
Oh, okay.
For Audrey, I don't do hashtags anymore. I think this makes it easier. I don't worry about it. I still put hashtags in my posts, but I'm not searching and trying to find people based on hashtags. That's me. I think you can actually, in Captivate, I think you can do the same thing, searching for a hashtag. Pretty sure. No, it's just search users. Oh, here. Under options, so in the search, I can search tags, and then I can search like the Red Rocks Church, or just like Red Rocks, and I can do the same thing through that way. So it found a post that tagged Red Rocks. I can then go off of that post. I have not done that. Kelsey doesn't teach us that way. I don't know if we can. I mean, you can do that, but I don't do it that way. All right, back to Devin's question. Here is something that I learned recently that has greatly helped just that. Now, I don't keep track of, I don't write everybody down and all of that, and even worry about like who I'm connecting with right away from that list of people, because honestly, I don't even know like who I'm following, right? Or like who's following me back and whatever. So what I've been doing is if I'm like scrolling my feed, or like obviously I have a lot more stories showing up here of people who I'm now following, right? So if I'm scrolling through my feed, for example, let's just see who this is. Fawn Stable Finesse. She looks, oops, I meant to click on her profile. Okay, I like her. She only has like 406 followers, so she's not some famous person. I'm going to put her in a collection. This is something that I learned recently. So all you do is go to one of their posts and you bookmark that post. You go to bookmark, save to collection, and I created all these collections. Like, oh, she might be a future customer. She might be a future coach. Current coaches, current customers, influencers. Okay. So I'm just going to put her in my current customers. So now what I've been doing is every day I go to my profile and I go to my bookmark. If you're on an Android, the bookmark I think is somewhere else, but it's right in this like list of, so here's my, it's, I don't know, kind of in the middle under your profile. It's hard to see. And now I have these collections that are like lists of people that I want to continue to follow. Yeah, I'll show that again. And I can go into my future customers, and each day I can go into their profile, see if they have a story, go to one of their posts, like their post, comment on their post, message them, whatever. So that's like my list of people that I'm like following pretty closely, say like that week, or just like forever until they become a customer, right? So it's easier to keep track of people. Can I live? What are you asking me? So the
I'm
collections.
thinking that this is so awesome. I want to sit down and do these collections and go through all my people right now. So can I just go live in Instagram for a week?
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. So what I did is I went to my bookmarks and I created the collections first. So some of the examples that I got were like my dream team. So we've talked about before how in the first 2 weeks of the month, follow like 5 people that you want to coach. In the second 2 weeks of the month, follow like 5 people that you want to like be on your dream team and be a coach. So I have a future coaches collection. You have a future customers collection. Some other ideas I got were just like different influencers is people who, ooh, I really like their posts. Their pictures are really interesting. I can get ideas from them. You can, you know, have a collection of your personally sponsored coaches. So you can kind of keep on top of their posts and, you know, because it helps to comment and like on each other's stuff. There were some other ideas. Follow-ups. So you can have a collection of people that you need to follow up with. So maybe they're in current customers and you finally invited them, so you move them to your follow-up collection. So that has been huge and such a time saver rather than like scrolling each day. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in, like this person, comment, message them, kind of keep tabs on them, right? So, so again, I went to a post. Let's see. I've already done it. All right, so here's an example. I like her. I might like her site. Okay, she might be a future customer. I went to one of her posts. I clicked on the bookmark, and right away I said save to collection. And then I add to future customers, and it saves that there. And then when I go to my profile, I just go to the bookmarks and I go to the future customers. It'll also save all of them in your kind of saved bookmarks. So if you didn't right away been able to click save to collection, you can just go to that post again. Actually, I haven't found another way to do it except for to remove it and then save it again so that I can add it to the collection. There's got to be another way, but that's been huge, and I learned that on Beachbody Champions or something last week. So hopefully that is helpful. Any other questions? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen unless somebody has a question about something that I can show you. All right. I hope this was helpful. I think I got all the questions. Let's definitely take a picture. This was recorded. I will get the recording posted as soon as I can. Sam, go ahead.
Hey, I found an app the other day, and I haven't really used it too much, but I remember seeing something somewhere on people wanting to find out if there was an app where you could find the people that unfollow you, or delete comments or likes on your posts and things like that. And it's an app called, no, I can't find it. INS space tracker.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else is interested in something like that, but it kind of is a analytics thing where it shows you your most popular posts. It shows you how many people you're following that aren't following you back. It shows you users that blocked you. It shows you users that made posts that are close to you, that are nearby you. So that's kind of helpful. So it's INS tracker, INS, and then tracker.
Okay.
So
Cool.
if anybody else is, wants something like that, just thought I'd mention that.
Thanks. That's awesome. I will definitely have to look that up. Like Instagram tracker, but INS tracker. Awesome. All right. Want to smile for a picture? Anyone's kids getting in? Do you want to get in the picture, Patrick? All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. I'll post that in the team page too. And this was awesome. Just got a follower already. See? It's awesome. So yeah, keep track of those numbers. It's pretty cool to see like daily what happens, or even just weekly if you want to do it. But it's been fun to kind of see the growth, and that it's real people. So I have 2 people that are close to challenge pack orders just like in the last week. So it is working. I'm not going to mention it tonight just because we're already too late, Jackie, but I'll go live because I do have it ready. But I am running a flash sale for everybody starting Wednesday night, and I'll explain what I'm talking about in the team page. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.